我是一个男性，我可能会活得比现在开心一点。
但你喜欢我晓得，养狗没得，你养几个了吧？但是你养也就养了，是吧？对吧？这些是。
We all know about the passport bros, and maybe the egg freezing sisters will also become a thing as more Chinese women travel to the US to freeze their eggs because it's illegal in China. The main reason for this ban is cultural and ethical norms that closely link marriage and reproduction, leading to a boom in fertility tourism for single Chinese women hoping for future motherhood. The global decline in birth rates tells multiple stories about human relationships and creates fascinating dynamics in human behavior. In this video, we dive into the journey of two Chinese women, Abu and Le, featured in the video Frozen in Time, who traveled to the US to freeze their eggs due to the restrictions in their home country. We explore why these women make these decisions and help men better understand female nature and protect themselves, because it does take two to tango. The man's perspective is often overlooked in these cases, so this video aims to provide a more complete picture for men. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do, because we men ain't we? We men ain't we?
我叫阿布，贵州安顺人，今年马上就要32岁了。我是一个剪辑师，我有4只猫，我们住在北京。在32岁生日的前后，我决定去美国做冻卵这件事儿。
我是郭磊，我现在是一个自媒体达人，可能说难听点就叫网红。30岁之前会生孩子，我的计划是这样的：生孩子，等待一个合适的合作伙伴。
我是满满，然后我今年31岁，我去美国冻卵是因为我觉得，我这2年都没有生育的计划，但是我希望在我的卵子质量比较好的时候，能够把它保存住。就是现在的女性都相对更独立一些，有自己的工作，有自己的生活，包括是你告诉我说在中国是违法的时候，我有点吃惊，因为我觉得，就是单身女性应该有权利去选择自己什么时候生育和是否要生育。
I quote, "In China, there's a growing rank of unmarried women who are choosing to freeze their eggs overseas. These women are educated, middle class, and often opt for a single life." End quote. Like I always say, focus on the information that's consistent. It's the woman who prioritized her career and independence in her early 20s that struggles to find Mr. Right in their early 30s because he was not a priority when she was in her prime. The struggle is not just because of age. The struggle also lies in the ability to be attractive to men and to keep a man. Check this out.
好烦啊！就是我发现了这个事儿，我们不是晚上当时谈了一下吗？他就说我是一个小男孩，他觉得我是一个小男孩，所以也许他找着了一个小女孩，然后觉得挺喜欢的。
I don't condone cheating, but everything happens for a reason. These career women tend to exude masculine energy. That's why the reference to the little boy is pure gold. These modern women lack the femininity that men crave. You can see that it hurts her because he didn't say, "You don't earn enough." He didn't say, "You're ugly." He didn't say, "I need a woman at my socioeconomic level." No, he said, "You're a little boy." And that has to hurt because in my opinion, Asian women are the most feminine women out there, and I have Latin American women in second place. Check this out.
就是我一般就是直播的时候可能会一直说，然后当这个直播一关，
要拍直播的，
就是当这个直播一关，我可能一句话就不说了都。我们都对对方有一些不是100%满意的点。 我是认为，想找一个100%让自己满意的人，其实并不容易。
Work is work, and work is making a lot of these women miserable. Most people don't end up with that dream job, and even those who do still face the challenges of work. Look at this similar story from Helen Zhao, who once worked her dream job as a video journalist at CNBC.
All right, when I was 28 years old, I landed my dream video journalism job at CNBC. So I'd throw off the covers every morning, so excited to go to work at 30 Rock in New York City. And then I'd fly through the days and often wake up in the dead of the night, feeling this creeping sense of dread and existential unease. And in those moments, I acknowledged that there was something wrong with the way I was living my life. I imagined time racing by at warp speed until I suddenly woke up at age 80, regretting that I lived to work instead of working to live. I mean, in making it to my dream job in media, I had spent my entire adult life just focused on future goals. I was burned out, chronically anxious, and had completely lost my ability to live in the present.
Burnout and anxiety are common problems among women at work, especially career women who are under great pressure to perform. With 1 in 4 women taking antidepressants, it is clear that women are more susceptible to mental health issues. In addition, many women are looking for flexible and adaptable situations, often under the guise of independence while still wanting to be cared for. Feminists, in particular, have underestimated the daily workload that men face when caring for their families. It has never been a cakewalk.
Very little save for retirement, and I'm definitely not ready to have kids. I definitely don't regret my sabbatical, and I don't regret the amount of money I spent on it. But what I do regret is that a lack of preparation in my young adulthood landed me in the position today of having to choose between financial security and personal fulfillment.
So to get back to Lad, she may love what she does as an influencer, but if she doesn't have the freedom to do what she wants, it will feel like a burden and may result in burnout. It's not even about not wanting to talk after live streaming, because communication is 93% nonverbal. So it's about what you communicate to your boyfriend when you do not want to talk. And like he said, you're like a little boy. Many of these women don't understand that the masculine energy they radiate is not something they can turn on and off. They are groomed from an early age to be that way. These women unconsciously chase away the men they desire. Now, take a look at this clip of Abu having a chat with her father about her mom who passed away when she was young.
老妈还在的话，你做的现在这样。
根据我了解了老妈的性格，对于决定那肯定都是不会赞同的。一生中好多决定都是突然，就像读书，我有想法让你想回来工作嘛，但是那还是迟疑在的。比如你养猫，那爸爸一直都原先想到又读书又是一个人来的，但你喜欢我晓得，养狗没得，你养几个那爸爸，但是你养也就养了，是吧？对吧？这些是。
Even though the cats indicate a natural desire for companionship, affection, and trigger the nurturing instincts, the key word here is choice. It's not a coincidence that women grow unhappier the more choices they have.
如果我是一个男性，我可能会活得比现在开心一点。
Around the world, women's happiness declines as they become more modern and independent. The abundance of choices creates a paradox where more options lead not to more happiness but to confusion and regret. Abu's father and mother came from a time when societal norms were different. Women did not have the same choices as today. The birth control pill became widely available in 1960, and although egg freezing was first developed in 1986, it remains an expensive procedure. This illustrates how the evolution of reproductive technologies and societal expectations has introduced new complexities into women's lives.
冻卵的话，前前后后加起来大概应该小20万吧。
20万真的白能卵用，先拿这20万去美国找个婴幼儿，赶紧生娃娃最现实，真的。
$200,000 is like $28,000. The egg freezing is like a coping mechanism for these ladies because the idea of missing out on having children is causing them a lot of anxiety.
完成冻卵以后，我觉得少了很多后顾之忧，可以更自由地去追求现阶段的人生梦想。我相信，等到我做好准备，可以有充足的精力，全身心地陪伴我未来的孩子的时候，我也一定可以胜任妈妈的角色。
So the option of freezing their eggs gives them a sense of comfort, but at the same time, it's like they are avoiding the more challenging route of finding a husband and having a child naturally. With the high cost involved, especially when they have to go overseas, there is this reluctance or fear of investing in a traditional relationship path. It's like they are buying time out of fear or uncertainty rather than diving into the challenges of finding a man.
做母亲这个事儿，不渴望，又浪费时间，又浪费精力，然后又要付出很多，身材还会变。在我没法体会这种喜悦心情的时候，我是很难有这种渴望的。但是我觉得我这一辈子得做，必须得做。万一用得上？
难道不是觉得一定用不上吗？
不，这是 Plan B。Plan B 永远是万一用得上的。
They say men are lost, but it's obvious that the women of today are the ones who are clearly lost, caught between the abundance of choices available to them and their biological urges. When she mentioned duty, it's clear that men have traditionally understood this concept as taking care of responsibilities rather than seeking enjoyment. Now, women are aware of these responsibilities too, and having a child is seen as a necessary option, a sort of safety net in case they need to secure resources. Esther Villar explores this idea in her book, The Manipulated Man, where she suggests that women use the prospect of motherhood as a strategic tool rather than solely for the joy of raising a child.
But for a woman, work has to be fun. And to make sure it is, the employed wife needs a working husband. If she goes to work, she might as well make some demands. And one of these demands will be that she can choose her work and quit anytime she feels like it. So she brings her newborn child to a day centre rather than lose her working partner. And before her profession can turn into an obligation and responsibility, she quits, rather than allow her husband to stay home in her place.
As you can see on your screen, both Abu and Le have been advised to return for another egg retrieval in 6 months because they were unable to retrieve the desired number of eggs. According to research, when fewer than 15 eggs are thawed, the pregnancy rate is only 27% and the live birth rate drops to 13%. This means that the success of using these frozen eggs is not guaranteed. Additionally, only 16% of women actually return to use their frozen eggs. For many women, this process is pure cope. It's a way to cope with the fear of missing out on motherhood, despite the uncertain outcomes. So for the men who want families, consider women who are young, fertile, and share a mutual desire for having children at a younger age. Don't be ashamed of wanting to date younger women because that's a natural desire. Don't feel sorry for women who prioritize their careers and riding the hot dog carousel in their prime, and now complain about being invisible to men. They've made their beds and now they have to sleep in them. They wanted choice and they've made that choice. In the end of this video, Abu is seen waving a sparkler, symbolizing the passage of time. Just like a flame burning low as time passes, the opportunity to make certain choices diminishes. Time waits for no one, and as the flame of youth and fertility fades, the consequences of earlier decisions become more apparent. When women make that choices, what men want is overlooked or deemed unimportant. That's why we as men should ensure that our own desires and aspirations, particularly regarding family and relationships, are not overshadowed by the uncertain and ambiguous state of modern relationships. It's crucial for men to clearly define their path and purpose early on, allowing them to pursue their goals without getting caught in uncertain dynamics. Stay on your purpose. Management, we work here. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.